Are you sure this is the right way? It is really steep in cobblestone.
Yeah, this is what the map says. You're just supposed to keep going up and up.
I've got it in first and I'm just not gonna stop.
This is the steepest hill we've ever been on. What we've discovered about Albania is that if you want to see something really spectacular, you're gonna have to work for it. So we've heard of an absolutely magical city that's tucked away right in the middle of Albania's mountains. It's called Gjirokaster. And it's a very beautiful, well-preserved city from the Ottoman era. So of course we just had to see it while we're still here in the country. We don't want to leave without seeing one of the most incredible sights, but it's way in the southern end of Albania, hours away from anywhere, and getting around in Albania is never that easy, as we've discovered. There's no train system. We can't take the bus with our dogs, so that leaves driving. But the roads are famous for being a little dicey. There are mountains everywhere, so even a short drive becomes very long and windy. Hey boys, this is a good job. So technically our destination is only an hour and a half from where we're staying, but these roads are not inspiring a lot of confidence. This is supposed to be the main road through Albania, but it's feeling a lot more like a backcountry road. It is a 2-lane highway, but it's a little cozy when there's oncoming traffic.
We're getting our first glimpses of Gjirokaster up there, and it's looking pretty impressive. I'm sure it's gonna be so much more spectacular up close. Are you sure this is the right way? It is really steep in cobblestone.
Yeah, this is what the map says. You're just supposed to keep going up and up.
There's someone trying to pass me. I can't believe it.
Oh my God. Turn right here. Okay, it's very sharp right.
Anyone coming?
No.
Make way for
No.
me. Woo! Flat ground. We made it. Well, we made it. That was a little bit terrifying. I'm just so glad that I'm finally confident driving stick shift. I used to be pretty bad at it until I took a driving lesson back when we were living in Croatia. I mean, this trip would have been impossible if I was still stalling out while I tried to change gears. Since automatic cars are hard to come by in Europe, this new skill has really opened up a lot of new opportunities for us. So after that, I could use a stiff drink, but it's a little early for that, so let's hunt down a good cup of coffee while we take in the sights.
But first, a big hello to all you nomads and adventurers from Gjirokaster.
Nice.
If you're brand new to our channel, I'm Stephanie, this is Gillian. We retired early to travel full time, and we're here to bring a little more freedom into your life. So we've come to this little spot to have a coffee and just soak in all the ambiance. This city is unbelievable. It's just like a little fairy tale that's been lost in time. And what's amazing is that this is such a spectacular destination, but we'd honestly never heard of it until we got to Albania. It just goes to show that there are so many more places in the world to discover than those top 20 tourist destinations that everyone goes to. So once you start digging, what you find out is that each country has its own incredible sights.
From Old Town, we could see some sort of fortress up on the hill, so we're heading there now to check it out. Well, it felt steep in the car, and it still feels steep on foot. I'm trying to make it look extra steep. Is it working? Well, it's just a beautiful walk up to the castle with amazing views over Old Town. Well, this is definitely the best view of Gjirokaster you're gonna get. Up the hill, we can see all the Ottoman mansions from the 17th and 18th century, and then spilling down into Old Town with those stone roofs, and then the new city down below in the valley and the farmlands beyond. What a stunning view with the mountains in the background.
How's your little passenger doing?
He seems good. I think these guys are just glad to be along with us. We actually aren't really sure if dogs were allowed, but we popped them into their little bags and here they are.
I'm so glad we made it up to this castle. Of course, there are only really a few retaining walls left, and then this beautiful sort of citadel watchtower here. The views that it commands across the whole valley are just unbelievable. I mean, I can't even imagine how all this material was dragged up here to make this castle to begin with. So the castle was magnificent, but now we've arrived at the part of the day that I've really been looking forward to the most. So I've been admiring these Ottoman era mansions ever since we got to Gjirokaster, and now we have an opportunity to actually go inside and tour one. So I can't wait to go inside and check it out. So that was absolutely fascinating. It was really the highlight of my time here. We actually got a guided tour through the whole house, and it's really not just a house, because this was back in the 1700s when it was built. It actually had to serve as a little bit of a fortress as well. They also had to be really self-sufficient, so they had to collect all their own water during the winter so that they would have enough to drink through the very dry summers. They had to keep all their food stores there. It was just an amazing glimpse of what life would have been like for what was really a very wealthy family during those days. So of course, no excursion is going to be complete without a great meal. We've come to a restaurant. It's way on top of the mountain, and it's supposed to serve really amazing Albanian cuisine. So we're here. The restaurant is actually just down there a little bit, but they've given us an exclusive hillside experience here. So we're starting off our meal with this little drink that they've given us. Not really sure what it is. It's not alcoholic. They mentioned that very specifically. It looks like maybe a berry. We'll find out. Ooh, it's sweet and it's really delicious and it's really sweet. So we're getting a very special treat while we wait here for our food. It seems that there is a group of fellows down in the restaurant who are having some song to go with their meal. So they are doing some sort of vocalizing, harmonizing. I'm not really sure what the style of song is, but they seem to be really into it. So our food has started to arrive. There's more to follow, but we're starting things off very healthy with this nice little salad. This is called a village salad. We've seen it on every single menu, and it's just very simple. It's tomatoes, carrots, peppers, onions, and just like washed in a little bit of oil. Quite tasty. And this is a meatball dish. So these are called kofta, something like that. And it is beef meatballs, and they are served with yogurt that has a nice drizzle of oil. Oh, thank you. Wow. Oh, one more meatball for sharing. Thank you. So our main has arrived, and it is a moussaka. So one of the interesting things that we've discovered about southern Albanian cuisine is that I guess it's so close to the border with Greece. Actually, there's a lot of influence back and forth. So this is a southern Albanian moussaka. Well, we've worked up quite an appetite with our big day of touring around. So cheers to you, and let's dig in.
We're discovering that you really need to make an effort to fully explore Albania. It's just not the kind of country that you can breeze through on a long weekend, which is why I'm so glad that we're slow travelers who can really take our time in this beautiful country. And speaking of exploring, we also really enjoyed our recent adventure into the farmlands of central Albania. That was another sketchy drive that ended in an incredible location and an equally incredible meal. And you can check out the whole story in this next video right here.